Well, let's make a tour of the bus. Where's my phone at? What's my phone? My camera. Oh, hey, maybe it's for some reason. Let's see up here. Hatch is open. Oh, hey, how'd you guys get up here? The bigger question is, how'd I get up here? Well, let's go downstairs and see if we can get you guys started on a tour of this bus. All right, please bear with me. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Well, that was a little bit of a slip, but hey, everybody. Let's give you a tour of the outside of this bus. How's that sound? Zan and I are going to give you a short tour, so let's get with it. Just a few stats on the bus is this is the 2006 International Retired School Bus. It was a 71 passenger bus. It's 38 feet long from the bumper to bumper. It weighs almost 24,000 pounds. It's 10.5 feet tall and it's 7.5 feet wide. It's got a 6.0 VT365 turbo diesel engine in it, which is the same engine that's in a Ford pickup. So not a big engine, but it gets around. And we'll give you a tour of what's out here. It's pretty much a standard bus with a few exceptions. The color of the bus is called Home on the Range from Benjamin Moore. It's polyurethane or urethane water-based, easy to put on. We kept pretty much the outside of the bus pretty much bus-like, so not too much changes, but standard typical bus doors. Got some stickers on there, kept all the bus windows intact. Down below we have 2 storage boxes on this side, and down through this way have a vent for my composting toilet. Then down here I have exhaust for my diesel heater, and then we have a fuel door for my 100-gallon diesel fuel tank, which is mounted under the bus. And the average fuel mileage on this bus runs me about 8 miles to gallon. So gets around that. And back here we have pretty much typical bus logo, converted the back lights into high mount brake and turn signals. I also have a deadbolt that I put on the door for lock and securing it. And inside that is my 75-gallon water tank that's under the bed. So everything back here pretty much stays the same. And we're going this way because of the sunlight. On this side we have a 200-watt solar panel that's plugged into the side of the bus. I also have 400 watts of solar on top of the bus that are mounted in a fixed position. Once again, the turn signals up here are all working. All yellow are turn signals, and the whites are now just like a running light or a parking light. And this side we have the upper compartment is the battery box down here, which holds 3 batteries. And this part is the fuse panel, which holds all the fuses and all the stuff that was on the bus, which was several things. A lot of those have been disconnected. And down on this side we have 2 more storage boxes. And all my storage boxes are full. With this side is full with like camping gear and fuel and propane. The other side has tools and lumber and shovels and all kinds of things, stuff I need for camping. Put my grill over there and different things. And on this side we have our 30 amp power hookup. And up here we have our water heater vent for our instantaneous water heater. I also have 4 LED outside floodlights, 2 on each side in each of the back corners and front corners. So that's going to be the tour of the outside of the bus. There's not too much here, and we'll go on to the inside. And the bus currently has 91,000 miles on it. When I purchased it, it had 78,000. And I also got a 33-gallon gray tank that's mounted underneath the bus on the other side. And I use a system, a company called CoachNet, which is an RV and travel trailer and converted bus roadside assistance. So they've been really good. They cover for tires and roadside assistance towing. And for the price of basically one of those tires, I paid for 2 years worth of roadside assistance, and it's been helpful because I've used it several times. Let's go take a tour of the inside. Here's pretty much kept everything in the front, the bus style. I'm gonna go around here and I'm gonna just kind of back up, point and shoot. Everything on the dashboard is still the same. The buttons are the same. I've added a couple more for different things, but the shelf above the driver's seat is new. There was the light is an old bus light that's been repurposed, and above the shelf I've got some pins and some tire gauges and things. And I kept a mirror because I like seeing behind me. I know I can't see anything except when something falls or makes a noise. Then I can look in the mirror and see what it was, whether it's important enough to pull over or keep on driving. I got air conditioners, got 3 air conditioners on the bus while it drives. Got the front air conditioner, one in the back, and I've also got a dash unit that comes through. So, and then I kept my first aid and my body fluid cleanup kits. I just kind of like the look of the bus things. And my fans, I use those fans all the time. All the time. But in here, don't worry about people, it's nothing crazy. Just some rubber gloves for when I do my fueling. So get the diesel off my hands. Down here it does have some first aid stuff in it. Some of it's not school equipped like the Fireball, but everything else is the way it came from the bus in 2006. So they work. I've had to use those Band-Aids several times. And then put a shelf over the door, and I used the head bumper that came with the original bus, and just put it back up there. And the shelf just holds very thin, so I can put like books. These are some paintings I've got stacked in here on some boards. And then Bus Life Kitchen. Yep, definitely need to go check them out, everybody, because he does a really good job of making some recipes. He's got another cookbook out now, so he's got 2 of them. But yeah, pretty much the front of the bus is the same. Haven't changed much. I do have my mat down here, and this is what Zen sits on, so he won't slide on the tile vinyl floor and crash in the dash like he did once when I first got the floor down. I didn't realize his paws would not stick to the floor, and he bounced off the dash. But anyway, so now he sits on a mat. So yeah, pretty much everything's the same. The uncomfortable driver's seat, you know, and it's not bad, but it could be better. And then, I use, back up a second. Let me set this down. Okay, I use this curtain here, which curtain is just basically a blanket. It's 9 by 9, and I just string it across the front of the bus and hang it up on here in these little hooks. And that creates 2 things. It creates a night barrier, and then also, if I'm in front and driving, I can put that up and just use the front air conditioner to cool the driving area, because it takes a lot of air conditioning to cool this entire bus. A lot of air conditioning. And a lot of things you'll see in here will be just kind of still work in progress, like little boards I made. I'll eventually put some rattan or something over those at one point, and the bolts you see coming through the roof up here, these are my solar panels that I've got bolted through the roof. Easy to get to if I need to, and I've got the bolts concealed back here, and then I've got some more back here. So if I need to change the panels out, I can just change the panels and not have to re-drill more bolts through there. And I don't have a big rack hanging on top of the bus. So That's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't have one. I just got it bolted right to the roof. And all right, let's go down this way. Everything you're going to see, like I said, is still kind of a work in progress. Some of it is done, and it's just the way I live. So you're going to see kind of to a point. Here is this long stretch. Let me get this camera set up and I'll walk through and point out a few things. I think it'd be easier just by me carrying it. Here we go. So what we got? I've got my battery monitor system up here. As you can see, a little shelf that I built, a little doorway that hides down, and that is Zen's first birthday cup that an artist did for me. But this is where, junk. I got several junk drawers. And then down here's my Christmas decoration. I do have, like I said, the Wi-Fi, the connecting internet that I use while on the road. That's really good in this area until next month when the traffic comes in and it slows down. But I've got 12 feet of black cherry butcher block that was homemade, handmade by some veterans group back in Arkansas. And I just want to help veterans, and they came out really nice. And the green you see is the home on the range green, which is the same as the outside of the bus. So I kept everything the same. Kept all the windows are the same. So you'll see that. And curtains are put up here with very simple. Put some L brackets to hang the brackets up. And then the curtains are basically half-inch conduit for electrical piping with cup hooks. And so it works really good. Works pretty good. So we'll work our way back down. Here's my seedlings that I have that I'm growing from Utah. So people wanted to see those. There's my seedlings. And then I've got a double sink with a sprayer faucet. And yeah, I do, my dishes are in there. They're clean. And then I have a full-size propane stove that I purchased off Facebook Marketplace for $35. Hey, it fit and it's cheap. So, and down through here, I got a coffee maker, my toaster oven, cutting board, and 3 drawers. And then we have the refrigerator, which is a pretty decent size, big enough for me. And then some artwork that I did there. That was given to me by some friends in Arkansas. And then this is a, what is it, a barometer? Humidity indicator from West Germany. I found in an old radio station back in Arkansas. They were tearing down, so I grabbed it and put it on the bus. But I used an open shelf design, and I didn't want the cabinets top because it would basically make it feel smaller. But open design works fine for me. I did leave the metal roof in. I didn't take the metal roof out, so this original bus roof, it's got the insulation. It works good. I'm not chasing, being in cold weather too much. So as we walk, let's walk back down this way. There's a little indentation here for the cook stove. And this artwork from Zan McPherson in Seattle. She did that for me. And then my cookie stash. Don't show anybody, that's my cookie stash. Here's my library and my accessories. I've got, just like I said, I've still got way more stuff than I need, and just piles of things. Here's a container that was I found at a yard sale. That was actually made in West Germany also. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, and down under here, this cabinet, don't mind the mess, people, is my power cabinet and storage cabinet. And the sun's coming through. Got Renogy products, got a Victron product, got a little bit of everything. Got a fan, got my 200 amp hour batteries. I do have 400 amp hours of solar on the roof, and then another 200 I plug in on the side that you've seen already. So it gives me 600 watts of charging, and it does really good as long as the sun's shining. And all the cabinets are lit up. I don't know if you saw that, but it's kind of hard to see in the shadow here, but they do have lights in them. They do light up, and this just cabinet is full of storage stuff. And once again, I got way more stuff that I don't really need. There's a light that came on in my storage area. But it's amazing how much stuff you can gather. Under here, it's got my trash can and some different things. And then back here is where I keep my food and etc. And all the stuff, all the stuff's in there. Food, dog treats, etc. So if you want to get my dog treats, they're down there. But I made all the cabinets myself. I did all the drawers. I did everything in the bus except for the butcher block countertop. And like I said, that was made by some veterans group. So, you know, it's held up really good for what, a year and a half now. You know, 10,000 miles on the road. Really good. So we'll turn this camera around a second and we'll get the other side. Okay, let's zoom down the passenger side, as I call it. It would be a passenger side, but every side in the bus is a passenger side. This is, I've got a cup holder. This is down here is just I use Zen's dog leash, is, you know, what you can see here is harnesses and things, and just storage on the bottom of gloves and whatever. And then here is my couch I made, and this is just a 2-inch memory foam mattress that's underneath it that I just basically cut off some of it and folded it up there, so it's not attached to anything, so it just kind of hangs there. And then I threw on a big Southwest style blanket. The watermelon blanket is Zen's sleeping bed, so he lays on top of it. It keeps some of the doggy stuff out of the mattress. So, but that's about it. It's almost 6.5 feet long. And there's some artwork that I did last season. And go down under here. There's 2 big storage drawers under here. One has got winter clothes in it. One's got summer clothes. And that's Zen's on the floor bed. So he's got a lot of, he can sleep anywhere he wants. One thing I forgot about the couch, it does fold out to make a bed. So this folds out almost to like right here. So it makes it like almost a over full-size bed. So it could be used for, you know, 2 people. Yeah, once again, here we go. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. And down here is my artwork for my painting. I've got the little easel and all of the Bobby Ross and other paints that I've got there. And I've got my liquid white and all that. And then this is a custom thing that I made. This basically is just a tray out of a restaurant. And then I cut that angle to it and put my paints in it. And then I cut this back here and gave it a cups for my paintbrushes. And that way, for this corner, which I'll show you in a minute, is the reason why I did that. It doesn't butt into the paintwork, the artwork that's on the back. So it's got a little bit of indention. So, but that's the upper shelf. I got like a hanging, one thing about metal, I get in there. Oh, there we go. Magnets stick to it. So that's pretty good. I got my paper towel holder held up with magnets. I got the towel rack held up with magnets. All right, and down here we have, once again, all the windows are functional except for one that I've got blocked off. I'll show you that when I get to it. Everything else is functional. They don't all open, but they're there. So here's a dinette that I made. It's a 2-person dinette, and I want to show you what it does. Hold on. Let me show you the dining area I've got here. This is basically a 2-person dinette. That it can be made into a 4-person dinette. It's pretty easy. Something that I've studied and I've basically made myself. I put some slide-out drawers here. These are basically storage cabinets on the bottom, and then I've got it where these will open up. There's one for the top, one for the bottom, so I could lay down the cushions down here on the bottom, and I can have a 4-person dinette. I have an extension for the table that goes there, so 4 people can sit in here and have dinner at one time. And I'll eventually get around to painting these things, but they're on 500-pound drawer slides, so they go through and lock in place pretty good, and just like that. And now this area here, this is the old butcher block top that came out of the kitchen sink cutout. So I just repurposed it, and it also will go up and down. You can slide down here, and I can make like a child area, so they can sleep in one area, so they can have a platform across here. So kind of multi-use area. But that's the dinette. I use it every day. I use it at least once a day. That I'm sitting here looking out the window and enjoying my breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then we're going back here to this back part. And back here behind the dinette is a multi-purpose area, I call it. And I'll show you real quick. Besides, don't mind the dog food mess on the floor. Zane just got through feeding. But I got a desktop computer, as you can see, monitor for it. I got some toolboxes here that I keep some of my tools in. Some of them are still outside. And then here is the cover for the solar panel that's outside. And also Zen's food and water dish are down here. And I left this area kind of open because, as I said earlier, that this curve in this area, I thought at some point I would want to put a wood stove in here. So that's why it's kind of like adjustable. This is the wheel well that's built onto the bus. And then I just kind of built around it. But I just wanted something functional. So I got a full-size chair, and also this table opens up. It's an old piano bench that I repurposed out of my neighbor's trash, and thought, well, hey, why not? Put it in here. So now I've got a table, and I've got this area. So that's the computer nook. Or the versatile, that's the den, we'll call it. Okay, let's go back into the dungeon or the man cave or the back of the bus. Here's basically, I've got a shower on the left, a shower on the right, a toilet on the left, and my controller appears for my temperature and my diesel heater. As you can see, it's 10% humidity out here, and it's 80 degrees on the bus. So this, tell you what, dry. Your skin feels like a lizard after a while. But anyway, let's go back here. I got a little more artwork on the wall. Back here, there's one over here. And there's also, I'll show you that one out here. But the shower is on the right. If I can get in here, flip on the light. Here's the shower. This is the top has got cement board. That's outdoor cement board, water resistant. And then I've got a regular shower head and goes down here. And then I got the shower built way too big. So that's got a big seat, but that's a project which I'll be doing here probably this season and make it smaller and use this area as a closet. But I got just a regular standard shower head, and this shower head has a button on it so you can turn it on and off. So I like that. It doesn't turn all the way off, but it's pretty close. So you can take a shower, turn it off, lather up, turn it off, turn it back on, turn it, do more, turn it back off. So you're not just running water the entire time. If you have the water to run all the time, I tell you what, it's really good because you can really use it. Back here is the bed. It's just thrown together. It's not made up for TV or whatever. It's just basically piled in here. I don't make up my bed too well. I throw it back together and then just kind of pile everything up on the back wall. Down here is Zen's bed. That's under here. So he sleeps there sometimes. And then back here is more shelving. I've got a TV and a surround speaker system. That's a couple small speakers. And I've got an instantaneous water heater. That is a 16-liter water heater, propane. Works real good. And it's vented out the side of the bus. So if you see that tube coming out the side, that's the water heater. And then my rear air conditioner, and behind the curtains is the rear exit door. And then I've got the 12-volt fan, which is really, I like that fan. That's a, I'm sure what the brand of it is, Carfarco, something, something. It's out of Canada. It's like $100. It's really good though. And then above is just more storage of whatever I want to throw up there. And I've got a headboard that I put stuff in. I've got a head pillow, and my pillows don't match, but I don't care. So, and then I've got some reading lights right here that are touch reading lights. So one on each side of the bed. And then down this side is a table with light switches. And then here is like a conference room thing that's got, you've seen those plug-ins into them, hiding back in there. And then in here is the, get this door open here. Let's see. This is my mirror that I have that opens up into the bathroom if you need to. So the mirror opens up, and then it can actually go all the way around like this. So it's actually, the mirror is facing back down the bus. Oh, it's really dirty too. Goodness. Sorry about that, people. But there's a mirror I picked up in a Goodwill. No, my friends picked up in Goodwill. I just took it from them when they didn't want it. And in here is the toilet room. I made the door myself, so nothing crazy. And a lot of this is just cedar. I went with like the cabin look. And the toilet is just a basic composting toilet. Once again, the green. And here's the mirror that opens up if you need it to. And then one of the exit windows is right here, so I can pop it open and let air ventilation come in. And nothing special. It's a standard composting toilet and some storage on the side. And it's got ship lap on the ceiling. So with lights that are adjustable, dimmable. So you can adjust them up and down. And then here, if you're on the throne room, if you had somebody else in bed, you could talk to them. Or if you want to open up the back windows, you can see what's out back. So just one thing. You never know. Oh yeah, here we go. I got a Max Air fan. It is built into the hatch of the bus. This is still a working hatch, so I can open it up completely, fold it open, and get in, get out, or whatever I need. I got the wires a little longer so I can basically disconnect it right there. And then that way, if I need to take the fan out, I can do it, and also have room for the fan when it folds up. The diesel heater is mounted underneath the bed, and it's got a vent right here. And I've also got another vent in the bathroom right in here. So that one's pretty much blocked off because it puts out a lot of heat. So we got to keep it kind of blocked down. But that is basically the tour of the bus on the inside. Not much else is going on. Oh, and this pipe right here. This is an extension I use for my diesel heater. The diesel heater is back there, the vent. And so if it's really cold, I'll take the cap off and I'll put that pipe on it, and it'll run the pipe all the way along the floor out to here. And I've got heat blowing into the bus from the front. My own version. So, and let's throw in some, I'm sure people might have questions like, how much does it cost? Well, just on my build example, I'll give you some examples. For one thing, the bus is classified as a motorhome, so my insurance is only like $430 a year. So it's not bad. That's full coverage, rental car and tow coverage and everything else. You don't need a special driver license in Arkansas. Some states you might have to. It's just a standard driver license works. This is not air brake system, so you don't need any air brake endorsement. So what do I have in this build? People ask me, well, like, oh, what? You must have a lot of money in this. I bought the bus for $2,300 right off the school district in Oklahoma. It was still a working, functional school bus. And so that was 2020, 21? Yeah, 21. So yeah, I bought the bus for $2,300. I bought it off an auction called Purple Wave in the central USA. And then what do I have in the whole thing? Probably everything you see that's in here. I probably got less than 8,000 in the entire build and bus. Yeah, everything, bus and everything driving off, probably less than $8,000. So pretty good. You can't find an old RV for, less than $8,000. But it depends how much you want to put in your build, how much you pay for your vehicle, and etc. You could spend $20,000, $30,000 easy if you want to put in spray foam and 10 million watts of solar and all this other stuff that goes with it, a flushable toilet, whatever you want. You can spend a lot of money. If you want to put granite countertops down, you want to, whatever. You can go cheap, you can go expensive. It's all, once again, in your taste. Now, for what I spent on the entire build, less than 8,000. Since I've been on the road, I probably spent almost that much in repairs. And that includes motel stays, rental vehicles that were not covered by the insurance because it wasn't an accident, it was just a breakdown. So about $6,800 is what I spent on repairs and time out of the bus. So I've got almost as much in repairs and time away that I do have in the entire build of the bus. So every story is different. So, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, there you have basically the inside of the bus, but forgot to show you what I do for lighting. I've got a switch up front here that lights the puck lights, and then I've got a switch in the back that will turn them off. So there's a three-way switch, so I can turn them off there. I've got these little rope lights up here that are adjustable, and I've got another set over here which are not adjustable. They're just on and off. So that's what I have for the main compartment for lighting. The back part, I just have two of the old school bus lights mounted underneath the shelving, which is just fine. And I got those little spotlights if I need them. So this is, as I mentioned on the build, you build a bus how you want it. So this is basically defined how I wanted it or felt like, it would work for me. So, and so far it has for 13,000 miles, and, I've had it for 3 years. So, but that's the bus build, and go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any questions, feel free to put them down below and comment. If you see something you like, something you don't like, something questions, feel free to, put them in. Thanks everybody for the bus build, and we'll see you guys on around the campsite. And for those who want to know how I got up there, this is how I did it. Not too hard, pretty easy. Oh. There, and then I can push myself up. There we go. And then come back down. That's one way of doing it. It's not the easiest way. I also have a ladder. So I can get the ladder from inside, or if I want to take the ladder, I can, I'll have to get it from the inside. Will not work. I'll be dead from the outside. Well, that's how I get up there. So this is your little bonus clip, because people might ask, how did Tom get up on the roof of the bus? Just like that.